but you're going to find consistency using silver bullet because it's time-based, and it's always going to form. Every single day, it's there. The problem is you want it to form on your favorite time frame. You want it to fit your already established expectation or preconceived notions about what price should do, and you're not following the rules. So yes, you're doing shit wrong, and you're not getting the results, and that's expected, right? If I give you a recipe and say, this is the ingredients, this is the order you do it, and this is what you should expect as a result, and you substitute something, okay? You leave a key ingredient out and replace it with what you think is better suited for that. You're not going to get the same result. And don't complain that you didn't get the result that was promoted by me that you should be getting if you're doing something outside the scope of the instructions and parameters I've given. If you come to me as an educator, as a mentor, you're trusting me enough to give me your attention initially. So why don't you fucking follow the rules that I've placed in front of you? You're failing. You are failing, not me. You are. So you have to change that shit. It's always going to be you. When I mess up and when I fail, nobody's fault but mine. That's accountability. You have to be accountable to yourself. And some people just don't want to be accountable. They want to have the luxury of being able to blame somebody else because they fucked up. They didn't do something right. And in this industry, guess what, Jack? You don't get that luxury. It's always you, because I don't run a fucking signal service. If you make money, congratulations. You did it right. Well done. I am proud of you. If you lose money, eat that shit because you did it on your own. What do you mean, eat that shit? Learn from it. It's hard medicine. It's a bitter pill. Swallow it. It's going to make you better. It will make you better. It's going to make you the trader you want to be. You think that it's always going to be the sugar highs that make you the best trader that you're ever going to be. Give me the stuff that works, ICT. Fuck all the bullshit. You're going to learn from all the cuts, the abrasions, the bruises, the losses. That's what I learned from. And you're going to learn from it too. But you have to allow that to happen. You can't tiptoe around thinking, I'm going to avoid losing trades. You're not. Because the more you try to do that, it's going to land right in your lap. But every single time I blew out an account, it was on the heels of a good run. And I wanted to feel good again because it was wearing off too fast. The same fucking hour, walking around like, oh man, shit. I made more money than I make a whole month. A whole month of work in this bullshit job. I made more money than that in this one fucking trade. Man, like if I just did that once a month, I don't need to have a job. Yeah, it's great. It's wearing off. I got to do it again. And you think that you can just go into the market and find something like that again, forgetting the fact that it just took you 2.5, 3 weeks for that price run to continue, to complete and go to its target. You get tore up by the chemical imbalances in your brain when you win, and you don't even know what that feels like yet because you haven't done it yet. You haven't won. You haven't found consistency. And when that achievement is reached, you have a whole new level of learning to go through. It's something, folks. It's a learning process.
Yo, good morning. Well, actually, no. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, guys. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing good. Welcome in, guys. Like the stream on your way in. Happy FOMC day to all those who celebrate. Welcome in, guys. What's up, Kanowski, Vaz, MJ, Quan, Derek? Good morning. Good afternoon, guys. Shit, I'm so used to saying good morning. It's good morning somewhere, so close enough. Come on in, guys. The water is fine. The water is fine. We've got FOMC. News has passed. And as of right this very moment, the rates were left unchanged. So there was no rate hikes. There was no rate cuts. Left unchanged. And we will wait and see what old Powell has to say about all this here very, very shortly. He is supposed to start talking here in about 8.5 minutes. So I have that pulled up. If you hear him start talking in the background, don't be alarmed. I'll come and mute it once he does get started, but just so we know when he gets going and finishes yapping. So we'll see what he has to say. Expecting some movement, obviously, around that. Not looking to take anything necessarily until we... not looking to take any trades until he starts talking, and then we kind of get going with that. So that's going to be my plan. But yeah, otherwise, looking at some price here quickly, obviously kind of at a tipping point here with the daily time frame, in my opinion. Looking here at NASDAQ, looking at ES, just looking at this daily candle and trying to get a feel for where this wants to go. And the structure is slightly different. Obviously, if you take it all the way down to Dow Jones trading into this daily imbalance, and obviously waiting to see if we end up disrespecting this to close higher. Otherwise, looking at ES and NQ, that daily imbalance here still looking like it's holding. We did inverse it on Monday, and then immediately reclaimed it, both ES and NQ. You know, so it'd be tough to not think that you might want to just stick with the bearish bias until we can really break above these levels. And then obviously looking at how price reacted with the actual news release. Take this off the chart. Two-stage delivery is obviously very common, I guess you'd say, for FOMC day here. And to me, data highs have already been traded above. Here was our data candle here, and price is trading above these data highs. I think I would like to see price come and take out this high here. This is the lunchtime high, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So I would like for price to take out the lunch highs, ES or NQ, maybe create an SMT divergence possibly. And then we could see price reverse, head for data lows. We also have a lot of resting liquidity just below the overnight session lows. We got obviously New York AIM session low, London low, and then we've got yesterday's lows as well that we could go and take out. So you could see how this daily candle could round into shape with that bearish bias. You could see how over the next 2.5 hours or so, we could possibly see this candle maybe flip bullish, maybe closes doji. Kind of really just depends how much volume we get. Obviously, if this candle ends up closing back above yesterday's opening price, I think we're bullish the rest of the week, and I think it's pretty easy bias, to be honest with you. So kind of waiting to see how this day ends up, to see what the rest of the week will look like, obviously. But yeah, man, that's kind of the idea here. So let's mark out some stuff so we have it here. But ideally, like I said, ES or NQ takes out this external high, lunchtime high. And I'm going to mark out these data lows. Data highs already have been taken out, in my opinion. So this could be our sell side draw. Data low. Yeah, you know, I don't really see any SMTs. If anything, I see a bullish SMT here with ES and NQ. So I would love to see this push for that high here. So this structure, higher low on NQ, lower low on ES, digging into this fair value gap in this breaker. I would love for this to push. Delete the daily fair value gap. Get that off the chart. Keep it nice and clean here. So that's what I want to see here in the short term, guys. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree. Doesn't really matter either way, but just curious what you guys got cooking up on your end. What's up, Nick? I'm good, man. I haven't traded today. Rough trading days. It's all right. Better days are coming, Nick. I believe in you. Subsets or Oracle. Setzer says 2-stage delivery in 9 minutes. That was a few minutes ago he said that. He says around 1:30, so, or 2:30. I sure did, Anthony. I sure did. I was, just that the empathy in you, it really got me, Anthony, and it was really touching to know that you were going to be losing sleep over him selling his Rolls Royce. So Had to make sure I gave you the like. FOMC open stop me. It slipped my stops. Hella, always wait until after. Yeah. Yeah, I'm afraid trading right at the news release, CPI, NFP, FOMC, it's basically like, I mean, you're just pure gambling. Flip a coin, to be honest. But looking at the poll here I put in the chat prior to starting the stream up, yeah, a lot of people bullish. Yeah, I mean, the chat's way more bullish than bearish right now. Interesting. Yes, Nick, I did use FTMO back in the day, a long time ago. Is it crazy how expensive they were? Like, I don't know what they charge now, but they were like so expensive compared to like futures prop firms. And yeah, when I first started trading, I didn't really have a whole lot of money. So, but no, I took a few challenges with FTMO, and I could pass phase 1. I could never get past the second phase for whatever fucking reason. That always kind of annoyed me. But I only tried like 3 or 4 challenges, I think. I'm just kind of guesstimating. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like I want to say 100K account was like $750 to $1,000. I think you could go all the way up to a 250, which was like 1,200, I want to say, if I remember right. And it was 2 phases, so you had to pass phase 1. Phase 1 you had 30 days to pass. Phase 2 you had usually double the time, but you still had to get the same profit target. So you had to pass the evaluation phase twice, you know, 2 different times just to get funded. George, of course. Good to see you, man. Yeah, I blew a good amount of money when I first started trading. But I also like, I didn't start trading in the prop era, I don't feel like. I definitely was trading in the maybe like before prop was really like super popular. Like, dude, I swear to God, once I learned what an indicator was, I told you guys this yesterday on stream. Like, once I learned what an indicator was and like what the candlesticks meant, like how to place trades, I was putting like 500, 1,000, 1,500 bucks into live broker accounts. And, you know, if I went on tilt and blew my account, I was blowing 100% of my real money. So if anything, like looking back on it, I would have saved a lot of money if I was starting with prop. Just because when you blow a prop account, you're losing what, 49 bucks, 150 bucks. Right? So your risk and exposure is like super limited in prop. I remember my worst, this is probably my worst blow up story ever. My worst blow up story ever with like real live funds. This is like early on in my trading. I had like a $5,000 account, and you know, back then that was like a good chunk of money for me. But yes, I could afford to lose it. So I put $5,000 into an account, and I did really, really good. Like risk management, followed all my rules. You guys know this feeling where you do good for a while, right? Like you've already blown accounts in the past, and you tell yourself, this one I'm going to take serious. I'm not going to fuck around and find out. I'm going to follow my rules, and it's going to be the one, right? And I was good for like 2 months, 3 months, something like that. And then just like one day, you know, the emotion kicks in, go on tilt. I blow this $5,000 account. Basically pretty much in one go. And I had just made like $5,000. Like I just got paid that like the day prior. So I take that money and I throw, I'm in a rage, bro. I'm seeing red. I go straight to the fucking broker deposit screen and I take that money, put it in my account, and I blow that $5,000 the same day. That's probably my worst. And that's not bad. Like you hear some of these stories, people put like 50 grand into a live broker account and blow it. But like for me, like that just kind of that's a good representation of like what going on tilt is. And like you just throw all your rules out the window and you just absolutely blow your shit up. And like I would have just saved myself a lot of money if I had been on prop instead. I guess is the moral. But that's probably my worst. That's probably my worst like trading tilt blow up story, which is relative to some people. That sounds like a lot. To other people, that's like, bro, you literally lost no money. But that was a good chunk of money to me at the time, and it did not feel good. But yeah, that's the reality of trading, especially early on. I feel like most traders have a story similar to that in some way, shape, or form, where you just absolutely have no self-control and you just kind of realize how easy it is to really do damage to yourself if you're not disciplined. So I remember like that night, I'm just sitting there, I'm like trying to watch TV with my girlfriend at the time. She's wanting me to like pay attention to this movie. I'm like, dude, what the fuck did I do that for today? You guys know that feeling? You're sitting there, all you're thinking about is trading and like how you know, fucked up that day. And then your girl's like mad at you because you're not paying attention to her and you're not watching this fucking Netflix show. You're just like, oh my God, dude. Oh man, if I close my eyes, I can like think about it. I like remember it vividly. All right, is Powell starting yet here? What the heck?
Months. The unemployment
wow.
rate at 4.1% remains low and is held in a narrow range for the past year. The jobs to workers gap has held steady for several months. Wages are growing.
We're not going to listen to it, but looks like he just got started. Market is pumping here, so we're taking out the external high of today's range. New high of day right now. Pushing the 950s. Maybe we'll get all. We'll see if we get to. We want to push to 20,000. I think that's pretty bullish though. If we're gonna push like that. Let's see how this responds here. Also, are you guys trading? What are you guys trading today? Are you guys doing combines? Combines, fundeds. What do you guys got? What are you guys cooking up today for FOMC? A little mix of both, or what? So, like, not including crypto, Ishara, that was probably my biggest loss in one day from like trading. I've never, outside of crypto and like investments, I've never lost more than like 10 grand actual live personal money in a day. I mean, yeah. Just shows me I got to get my money up, dude. But yeah, guys, that's my story. That's my story. Let me know if you guys got any better ones. Any better blow up stories than that. That'd kind of be like a fun little segment, to be honest. There's probably a forum out there somewhere where people have dropped like the craziest stories. You just hear like some of these. Sometimes you see like these interviews of people like calling like Dave Ramsey, and they will talk about how they lost like hundreds of thousands. Basically, like they put money in a live broker account and they're trading stocks or options or futures or whatever, and they like lose all of their family's savings. You guys hear those stories? Those are wild. I definitely don't mind playing the reversal, by the way, guys. If we can see this move continue after sweeping out the external high here. But I'm not trying to push this. You know, I'm not trying to front run this trade, as obviously we're trading down into some bullish inefficiency that this could just keep pushing price higher. But data low would be my target for shorts. See what kind of volatility we're working with. Yeah, pretty volatile here, as expected. Yeah, I would love to see this push here and start creating some bearish for value gaps so we could trade from. Possibly as well, maybe dig another high here, and then we have more structure to go off of if we get like a change in the state of delivery. Could take an entry off that as well. Just depends how this sets up here. Depends how this sets up, boys and girls. Up 3% on Express, dude. Nice. 3 days away from first payout with Topstep. Wish you luck. Good luck, Queen Miami. Or Queen Mommy, sorry. Queen Mommy long legs. Dude. Queen Mommy long legs. Good luck. Good luck. Milad says, you have never read my comments. Anything personal? I feel like I read a lot of comments. I don't know. No, yeah, nothing personal. Sometimes when I'm going back and forth between chat and charts, sometimes I don't see all of them. Just kind of depends. I had 10K in my MFFU funded account 1 day away from the second payout after the first 20K payouts. Second payout after the first 20K payouts. I blew it all in 1 day because of greed. Okay. Yeah. So that's your worst blow up story, Leon, it sounds like. I guess I was taught. Yeah, I guess if you're bringing in prop accounts and like funded accounts, maybe the stories could get kind of crazy in terms of the amount of like unrealized profit given back. I mean, that was my first 2 funded accounts with Topstep. They were up $6,000. It was a 150K account and a 100K account, both on TradeAvate. Both of them were up $6,000 of profit, and I gave it all back. Never took a single payout from those. Those are my first 2. Fun stuff. Let me crack this Celsius, boys and girls. Oh, hey guys, happy FOMC day. Cheers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. We're moving. Lost 30K in 2 weeks. Funded account or a live personal account? 30K in 2 weeks. That's a good chunk of money. Hang on, guys. I'm watching this price action here because we might have a entry opportunity to get short if this move continues. Yeah, check. Make sure you got the proper sizing, guys. More volatile right now, obviously. Don't want to be over leveraging. Easy to do on an FOMC day. Easy to do. Yeah, guys, I'm just waiting though. I want to see this move's got to hold up. We can't wick this low into this bullish PD range. Just keep going. Trying to avoid that. We do have bearish for value gaps on like the second time frames. Here's our 5-minute chart. 3, 2, 1. Not in this trade yet, guys. For anyone just hopping on. Man, we're kind of choppy here. Might end up having to play this inversion, honestly. $15-minute candle closing in 3 minutes. Risky business. Yeah, I would love for this to run this high out one more time. Muhammad is long. He says we have the total opposite bias this time. Muhammad, I feel like we never have the same bias. What was the forecast actually? Forecast was 50. Okay, so this was already planned. It was planned for rates to. I don't know if I don't know if the forecast was calling for a rate cut or not. Nick, yeah, I don't think I've spent that much on challenges overall, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sitting here turning and burning through a shit ton of accounts all the time. Like you see some other people do, so I don't have an exact number to give you off the top of my head, but I would guess for sure less than 10K. Like 5 to 10K range probably, I would guess. I might it might be on the low end of that range, to be honest. But you hear like some, but I also only trade with Topstep at the moment as well, right? So if I was sitting here trying to get like 50 funded accounts, that number would probably be higher. But yeah, you see some of these traders will have, you know, a couple 6 figures in payouts for a calendar year, and then they'll have 50 to 100 grand in combines, resets, activations. And you'll see, like, if you ever see people like post that on Twitter and you go read comments, you'll see people like freaking out, like they can't believe that they spent as much as they did on it. But it's just the cost of doing business. And yeah, you see these big P&L numbers on social media. It's like they don't get these big numbers by not kind of sending it on these accounts. It's just they're in the position where they can afford to lose them. That's the main differentiator between a lot of them and kind of maybe the average person that's just getting started trading. You can't afford to be blowing accounts if you know, are already kind of strapped and kind of just getting off the ground. So it really does. In trading, it really takes money to make money. That's a thing. I think a big misconception. Like when I first got started trading, I didn't really have a lot of money. And I looked at trading as like a way to get rich from nothing. And it's just not really, that's not how it works. All right. You need to have your life and finances in order before trading really has any shot, if I'm being totally honest. That's why I always say, like, don't be in a hurry to like quit your job, or, you know, if you have a business, or like, you know, don't go all in on trading prematurely. It's totally unnecessary. And usually silly, right? It's not the move. Right now I'm trading XFAs. So right now I have this thing set to copy trade three of my Topstep X XFAs. I was thinking about maybe just trading one XFA today, because it's FOMC. It can get a little wild sometimes, but I think I'll be fine. Copy trading three of the four of my Topstep X ones. These are kind of these have been kind of the ones that are dedicated to like stream trading though. No move as of yet, guys. We're coming up on the macro here in like 2 minutes. The end of the hour. But yeah, I would say this is probably the only move I'm really interested in. This afternoon would be this 2-stage delivery to data low, to be honest. I'm not really interested in trying to, you know, hope that this move just kind of continues higher. If it does, it does. But then the daily candle closure is probably the thing we're going to be paying most attention to going into tomorrow. Kind of setting up the rest of the week. Lost my Forex phase last week when I took the payout. Had a small buffer there. So you lost the XFAs after the payout? As long as you got your payout and you covered costs, then it's all that really matters, I guess. All right, let's close this poll down. Final poll result though, if it'll let me here. 65% bullish, 35% bearish. That's the final poll. Even more reason for price to drop, boys. The whole chat's bullish. Yeah, not much of one. We got a little SMT with Dow Jones. Nothing with the ESNQ at the moment. Staying patient. Want to see displacement down before I actually entertain anything for this idea. I think Powell's still speaking here. Yeah. Looks like he's in the Q&A portion. Coming up here on 2 o'clock, or I'm sorry, 3 o'clock. 2 o'clock my time. Yeah, here's a question I missed earlier. What are your recommendations when starting to trade? I started 3 weeks ago. I'm using real money account up 400 right now. I use support and resistance zone strategy. 1, 3 weeks, you are literally just getting started. It sounds like what you're doing is working, so I wouldn't change anything there. Here's what I would say, though, is whatever your rules are, I don't know if you have rules. I assume you do. Like risk management rules. Those, like, treat those like literally the 10 commandments. Treat those like the literal holy grail. The only way you're going to hurt yourself is if you break your rules. You could maybe be, Ivan, you could maybe be the first trader in history to start off live, never blow an account, and never break your rules. You could be the first. There's got to be a first, and it could be you. But that would be my advice would be have some really clear defined rules and do your absolute darndest. Make it all your effort needs to be concentrated on not breaking your rules. You're going to win, you're going to lose. Pick one asset, pick one session, trade that asset, trade that session within your rules. And don't get shiny object syndrome. If you take a loss, if you have a little losing streak hit you, do not start strategy jumping just because you feel like there's another strategy out there that's never going to lose. But otherwise, yeah, man. Focus on the process. Don't focus on the destination. Don't worry about trying to make a shit ton of money on your account. Focus on doing the right things, habit-wise, as a trader, and get ready for the long journey ahead, boys. That's what I would say. If you're trading to help multiply some income, you know, I would assume you have aspirations of creating generational wealth. But it's funny how most traders would agree with that sentiment, but yet they trade as if they need to retire by tomorrow. And that's usually how they end up losing money. You gotta slow down to speed up. Trading up into the 20,000s here now on NQ, guys. Price is working higher. And it looks very much so like we could be drawing toward the Monday high, current high of the week. Possibly. I'm not as interested in this play, to be honest. But that does look like where we're going. That's what price is telling me. ES is the stronger. We're trading above these highs here into this BPR. I wonder if this has enough juice to hold price. See, I don't have to feel any FOMO if price just does continue higher, because I'm not as interested in even looking to trade that. I would just hope to avoid any unnecessary losses trying to trade against it. But still sticking with the opportunity here if it presents itself. I think I will wait for more than just this inversion, though. I would like to see like the 1 minute, 5 minute, maybe give us a change in the state if I'm going to look for a short. Really show us a willingness to trade lower. Otherwise, this is all efficient. You know, looking here on the 5 minute, we've rebalanced all of these inefficiencies on the way up here, and we're still respecting bullish order flow. So obviously, I'm not trying to fight that if it's going to continue that way throughout the through to the close. Yesterday, London session highs here at 20,038. Institutional order flow entry drill opportunity here. For those expecting a continuation up. Please help me with my question. If I make $3,000 on each accounts with Topstep and I take a payout for $2K on each account, I'll be fine and my drawdown won't be set to 0, right? What do you mean? Yeah, when you take a payout, your trailing drawdown, which if you're up 3K, I don't know what size account you're on, but you already have the trailing drawdown in place. So it's followed you up that 3K per account. And yeah, when you take your payout, if you're on a 150K account, it's gonna set the trailing drawdown to 0, so you'll have 1,000 margin left. Okay, you're on a 50K. Yeah, so you're already up over the buffer. Your margin right now is 3K per account. So if you take out 2K, you're gonna have 1K margin. Right now, your trailing drawdown is at $0. So you would have to lose 3K on all your accounts to blow it. But good work, man. Up 3K per account. That's nice. Very nice. I'm just looking here at price and I don't know. There wasn't really like any obvious bullish SMTs that to me gave this move away. I mean, really, it was just order flow. OT of the range. Yeah, essentially we traded back to OT of the range 3 times on this leg up of the structure. So no, I haven't taken any trades, PGA. No, I've been just chilling. I haven't taken nothing. NQ is getting close to this London high from Tuesday. 20,038. Looking like it should deliver at least there. And potentially we could see it deliver all the way to high of week. 20,167. What margin do I recommend, for example, on a 50K account? What do you mean by what margin do I recommend? I'm not sure I totally understand. Wriggles, I did not get into longs. Where did you get into longs? No, I've just been watching. I haven't taken anything yet. But what I can say is I'm looking forward to going on social media and seeing everybody else catching the long. that I did not. Isn't that always great for the psychology, boys? You see a big move right after you go to social media and you go, oh, wow. I'm the only trader on planet Earth that didn't catch that move. What margin recommend? Oh, after a payout, Thomas. I mean, for me, I just don't want to. The margin's already small. It's only 2K on a 50K account, so I always just say anything above that is fair game to pull out as profit. I just don't want to make the margin any smaller than that. There's no wrong answer though. I mean, you could work with less. You could build a cushion as well. But I would always say try to keep 2K or more 2K or more margin. Tyler, the long I took was based on an old ICT video that I just watched yesterday. Imagine. Institutional order flow on the daily level. Yeah, sometimes all you need is the most simple shit. Hit OTE of the price like, what, 3 times? And there's always opportunity. So, you know, just looking at this, and then let's jump out to the daily again. This is what we talked about. This is how I started the stream off, talking about this. Was this daily candle, obviously, if we come up and we close above yesterday's open, to me, it's bullish. To me, it's bullish likely the rest of the week. You'll have YM invalidating the SIBI on the daily chart. Previous day high is the 20,066 level I have marked out. Not giving really any not really giving any pullback opportunities here, is it? I mean, this is quite literally just institutional order flow entry drill. Like the very first fair value gap after a displacement leg, just boom, boom, boom. Quite the move here. There you go, previous day high. After 2, there was a bull setup. Why didn't you take it? Is it time rules? After 2, there was a bull setup. Well, I was waiting for Powell, first off. Powell started speaking at 2:30. So usually after FOMC, I'm looking to trade like 45 minutes to an hour after the release. And at that time, obviously the daily candle did not look like what it looked like right now. The daily candle was down here, retesting weekly open. And at that time, I had pointed out that this level, this daily SIBI, was being held. Right? So if you picture this candle here, and you go scale in internally here, line it up with when Powell started talking, and shortly thereafter, this is what, this is what price was doing. So price had taken out this external high. So I was more so privy to price potentially setting up a two-stage delivery back to data low. And then obviously price held up in here. I did say, you know, price, if we're going to go higher, like we're going to see price hold this level and we're going to push. And then I just said I wasn't as interested in that. So that's really all it was. But yeah, this was literally 2 minutes after Powell. Not like, this is basically right when Powell started. Powell started talking around 2:30. This is 2:32 candle here, taking out this high. So but yeah, market is liking the unchanged rates, I guess. From the looks of it. I thought for sure though, like if we, you know, if we were going to displace higher, I thought we'd still get opportunity. I didn't know that price was just going to stay this strong and move this fast. Straight up, I thought potentially, you know, maybe we'd leave like a 5-minute gap and then I could trade from there. But price is in a hurry right now. But all good, man. Better this than trying to fight price on FOMC day and then end up losing. So yeah, this is crazy. We're fucking God candle straight up here. Price is going to the moon. No, I haven't taken anything yet, Allie. Not looking like we'll see. I mean, I would say if price takes out this previous week or current high of the week, that might do it. I would be open to trying to long into that. Perhaps. Although ES may be taking that out right now. And it is. So ES is taking out that high. So you could probably make an argument now that objective has been met / is being met. Would like to see, we got plenty of time though. We got an hour until the close, but this looks like it's just going straight away. Yeah, I would have had to institutional order flow entry drill this on the 1 minute if I was going to catch this. Powell is still going. But yeah, man. Shoot. Might as well. Let me know, guys. How'd the chat do today? Are you guys green, red, or flat? Market Maker Slayer, what are you saying? Next time, don't hate. What do you mean? Market Maker Slayer, for those of you guys that are new to the stream, Market Maker Slayer is in my chat almost every day, and usually he's the one hating. So a couple days ago, I was trolling him because he was wildly incorrect on a trade, but he wouldn't admit it, so I ended up having to troll him for like 15 minutes. And yeah, apparently he's one of those guys that can give it out, but he can't take it. So now he's in my chat again saying something, I don't know. I thought we buried the hatch and put it behind us, but I guess not. What's up, Lil Uzi? It's FOMC day today, so I was trading after the FOMC. Did not trade this morning. And yeah, it's looking like I probably got left behind. We'll see. We're starting to retrace pretty sharply here. After ES took out the high of the week. I feel like if I was gonna short this, bro, I would need to wait for some structure. I'm not just gonna blindly short this. Like, I would need to see a low put in, and then we shift structure and displace through that low. I would need to see some structure here. I'm not just gonna short against this move up with this draw being right here. No, Lil Uzi, I have not taken a single trade. Capture events helped much. Also on a 10K account, how much percent is best to risk based of your success? I don't have a funded yet. Man, there's so much. I feel like the cookie cutter answer would be say something like, don't risk more than 1% per trade or whatever. But it really just comes down to you're a bit like, I don't know your financial situation, bro. So like, I would say whatever amount of money you put into your trading account, you probably can afford to lose, because I would hope that you're not trading with money that you can't afford to lose. Like, if 10K is your life savings, then you probably shouldn't be, like, you know what I mean, pushing it super hard. But like, if you've put the money into your trading account and you've already told yourself, I can afford to lose this money, like I said, I don't think there's any like cookie cutter advice that I could give you. It kind of comes down to your risk tolerance. And you could risk more if that is the case, right? Like, if you can afford to lose that money and you want it and you're okay with risking more, you could do that. But the rules apply all the same, right? So whatever your rules are, come up with a plan. If you don't have a plan, you probably shouldn't touch any trades. You got to have some sort of a plan first and foremost. Whether that's however many trades a session. You know, I know a lot of people like to, and I tend to lean this way as well, where, you know, you allow yourself two trades a session. You either end 0-2, 2-0, or 1-1. Sometimes you get a beautiful trade. You only just need that one trade and you're done, right? So like things like that, and then knowing that you're only going to risk like a certain amount per trade, and then whatever rules you set for yourself, lock it in and do that. But yeah, I won't sit here and say that you should risk 1% or 2% or 3%. It's totally depends on your situation and your risk. You know, what you can afford to lose. So Topstep is not eligible in South America. Is that what SA stands for? Ah, man, I don't know. I am team Topstep. That's all I have for now. I don't know. That's all I can say. I'm sorry. I don't have a better answer. I wish I did. Maybe other people in the chat know that they can give you a better answer. How does the 5 Express accounts work? What do you mean, Daniel? You can have up to 500 accounts with Topstep, 5 active XFAs that you can trade and get payouts on. But it all works the exact same as your combine. You got to adhere to the same rules, same margin requirements that you were trading on in the combine phase. And 5 green days of $200 or more, not consecutive, is what makes you eligible for a payout. You can take up to 50% of your profits out within your first 30 days of green days, so $200 or more. And then after that, you can, potentially get access to 100% of your account, but by that point, you're probably getting moved to live. Especially with the way that they've recently made changes to kind of fast track more people to live than in the past. In the past, it was kind of just a gray area. You didn't really know. They would just kind of monitor people and hand tap, shoulder tap people to come up to live. But now it's a little bit more clear. But that is how the XFA accounts work, if that answers your question, Daniel. I think I covered everything that you would need to know. Oh, and you don't have to pay the monthly fees. You don't have to pay the monthly fees once you get into an XFA. Maybe I should mention that in case. I take it for granted sometimes, like when people ask questions about prop and Topstep in specific. I gotta remember that not everybody is experienced with the space just yet, so. Do you only pay $50 a month for a 50K Topstep X account? Yes, when you're trying to get funded in the combine phase, you pay the monthly until you pass, and then you pay a one-time activation fee of $149 to actually move it into a funded account. Now that's an account you could trade and you could get payouts from, and then you don't pay anything monthly for that account. The difference between live and XFA, there really is no difference as far as the trader is concerned. Really is no difference as far as the trader is concerned. You can make money on it all the same. Main difference is when you're actually live, your orders are being actually routed through the CME. When you're on XFA, you're still technically in a sim environment. On live, you are 100% live market environment, just like a live account. So that's really the main difference, so when it comes to that's why when you see people get moved into live, they're also not copy trading anymore. It's like they'll take all your profit from your XFAs and they'll put it into one account, because copy trading isn't really necessarily a thing that happens in the live environment. It's more of a sim environment thing, which is why copy trading is done usually for XFA accounts or other firms. Like when you see people trading their funded accounts, that's still sim, which is why they're able to copy trade so many accounts. You can just make money from it. So from the trader's perspective, it's all the same because you can still make money on it. And then I guess maybe the other thing would be perhaps just taxes, right? Because when you're getting paid out via XFA, obviously the prop firm Topstep is paying you out based on its profits, right? It's not actually, you're not actually trading, withdrawing, extracting capital from the market. So you're getting paid out via a 1099 as a research analyst for Topstep versus capital gains taxes on live money, right? So that'd be the difference. And then obviously in the future space, it's a 60-40 split between short-term and long-term capital gains tax. I'm no tax expert. Consult your accountant. But I think that about sums it up. Rinks, I don't believe there's a time limit. I don't believe so. I've never heard of one, at least. Kind of just depends. Pip drunk as far as like how many days till you get the payout. You know, you can do ACH, which is what I've done. I've always used ACH, so it can take like a few days up to a week to hit your actual bank account. But it gets processed usually the same day. If you process it after, I think it's like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., it'll process the next business day. So it gets processed fast. But if you use other, you could use, you know, Wise to get your payout, and I think that's a little bit quicker. But you got to obviously like set up an account with them and link everything up to your bank. So really just depends. I think that's a little bit quicker, but yeah, I've always used ACH. But yeah, they process same day, if not within 24 hours. Is House Game 1091 live? Yes, Anthony. I thought you were asking like the difference between live account and I guess maybe you meant Topstep live. But yes, I believe that's correct, Anthony. I don't know. I haven't been moved to the actual live though. I've always been XFAs. I guess I haven't been good enough, boys. We're short now, ain't we, boys? Hold the phone here. Look at this sell-off. My gosh. We do have an SMT with this current high of the week. We are hitting a 15-minute BISI at the moment. Let's watch this. This could get interesting. Let's go. I'm going to mark this out. Yo, did you guys have this? My TradingView just did this today, where it randomly started putting the sessions on my chart, and I had to change my template. It's not like an indicator or anything. I have to change my template to like get it off and then change it back. Yeah, it took me a while to like get it off my chart. It was pissing me off earlier. Bro, we might still see data low. We might see data low just yet. Look at this thing. We're moving. Yeah, I would like to see this. I kind of would like to see this 15-minute get ran through before getting gun-ho here and trying to short. Because I think this could hold and we see price just push for the high again. But waiting for some structure here on the lower time frames. We are at 3:30 almost. So we don't have a ton of time left. I know it's been kind of a boring stream from your guys' perspective. I haven't placed any trades yet. We'll see if that changes, but Kind of want to see the 15-minute get ran through like my ex. Hell yeah. I think we have the same ex. Mm-hmm. How do they still give you drawdown limit, or do you only get your express balance to play with? Yeah, so the way that it works is they roll your XFA profits into an account. You can take a payout upon doing so, like when you get moved to live year, I'm assuming you're asking. And then, yeah, you communicate with the risk team, and they will, figure out what risk parameters you want to trade within. They'll set up a daily loss limit, basically, for you. And no, yeah, the account's yours. It's all the money that you've made on your XFA. So you could, you have the whole account, right? Like, it's either you make money on that account or you blow it. But yeah, the margin that you have is the account. It's all your profits. And there's no, restrictions like you're on a combine or XFA like that. No trailing drawdown or anything. Moving here, folks. Moving here. We got this 15-minute candle closure in 2 minutes. And, man, if we get this to close in inverse, I know we got this little gap here, but I would be open if we inverse. It's an if right now. It might not happen. But I would definitely be open to looking for an internal model to play out to keep pushing then towards data law. I would love to take that. NQ is definitely the weaker of the two anyway, so that'd be the one to be in. I mean, obviously, I hope it doesn't just do what it did on this move up and just go straight down. Then I'm probably going to get left behind on a round trip here. But if you guys couldn't tell, I'm really more focused on avoiding a loss today than having FOMO with these moves. And you guys thought two-stage delivery was fake. Silly fucking kids. Excuse my language. And you guys thought two-stage delivery was a myth. Tried telling you. I tried telling them. Okay? I tried. Let's see. Candle closing in 30 seconds. Could get interesting here, folks. Could get interesting. It's just so crazy, dude. We're leaving these. Like, we're not, it's so unforgiving. We're just like pulling back into 1 minute tiny little gaps and we just keep trucking along. It's actually wild. Ain't it? It's like, get on the ship or get left behind at this point. I'd really like to see some 1 minute structure get put in here. Like, I'm waiting basically for a low to get put in. And then we can use that range, right? So, like, for example, this pulling back into here. I know we're hitting a little lower 15-minute gap in here. I understand that. But, like, put in a low here, retrace. Give us this, right? This was where I'd like to move. This is what I'm trying to find. Playing this is the idea that I'm kind of waiting for. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, chat? And then obviously, yeah, if this little 15-minute gap that we're hitting right now with this low, and if it just sends price higher, just sends price higher. It is what it is. If there's no setup, there's no setup. Not much I can do. I'm only human. LJ, if you use a discount code from someone before on Topstep, are you up using another discount? I don't know, actually. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. That's a great question, LJ. I'm not sure. I would say that there's only one way to find out, but I still don't even think we would know the answer to that. So when someone has 5 XFA accounts, they have 750K to trade with, right? If they have 5 150Ks, yes, Daniel, right? Yeah. That's the max funding you can get with XFA. With Topstep would be 5 150Ks. But it's 5 active XFAs no matter what. So if you have 5 50Ks, if you have some sort of mix, like a couple 150s and then a few 50s, right? Like you can do it like that as well. But yeah, once you can have 5 active XFAs at one time, regardless of whatever the account size is. And you have to pass each one individually. You can copy trade if you wanted to. You can copy trade on Topstep X. You can copy trade on Trade of 8. Some of you guys might be using Rhythmic accounts. I think you can copy trade on that. I don't know how. I've never done it. I've never had a Rhythmic account, so I wouldn't be the one to ask about that personally, but maybe I will though. I'm thinking about switching away from this Mac and getting a PC. Well, let me leave that on here because this might still set up, but nice sharp little bounce here. We did get that first 15-minute candle closure below that BISI. This is how the 15-minute chart looks right here. So there's 2 fair value gaps on this leg on the 15-minute. And this is what and where we are in price. Little open 30-minute gap. Hasn't been traded into yet. We only have really this. We really only have this 30-minute candle before we gotta pretty much call it for the day. Topstep automatically flattens your trades at 10 after 4 anyway. Market on close here in about 15 minutes as well. It would be kind of a gnarly flip if this 4-hour... it would be kind of a gnarly flip for this 4-hour. I'm not going to lie. Oops. Let's watch the 5. 3, 2. I'm just checking these time frames. But as of right now, yeah, we're hitting the retesting the inversion right now. That's what this top gray shaded area is. But yeah, still open to play this. If we can get some displacement through this low and see if we can get a retest, I'd love to trade that. Take it down to the data low. We'll sing Kumbaya together. That's okay. That's okay, Bellalat Muhammad. If I get left behind, won't be the first time, won't be the last. There'll be more trading days if I get left behind. It kind of unfortunate because it makes the stream a little more boring for you guys, but I'd rather you guys have a boring stream because I didn't take any trades than me take a trade that I'm not confident in and lose. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, guys, let me check this poll here. Over almost 100 votes, a lot of flat. So I'm not the only one that's getting left behind today. Apparently, a lot of people haven't taken any trades. People that have traded, we are far more green than red. So it's always good to see. we'll end that poll off there, but yeah, man. Otherwise, like, yeah, looking ahead to next couple of days here. News-wise, we've got unemployment tomorrow, as always, and then no news Friday. So I'll be streaming in the morning, Thursday and Friday. Same normal time, guys. Looking, though, like we might be watching this through the market on close. Just to see if this gives us opportunity or not. But otherwise, yeah, man, I am flat for the day. I have not traded. I did not trade this morning. Slept in, man. Got a nice steak bowl for lunch right before the news. And haven't taken anything this afternoon. Not because I didn't want to, but just didn't give me what I was looking for. Unemployment, that's my type of news. Hell yeah. Oh, man. Yo! We forgot to mention this on stream the other... the JFK files got released yesterday, boys. I'm not gonna lie. I don't plan on reading them, personally. I haven't read them. I've just been kind of waiting for Twitter to keep me updated. But if any of you guys have gone through the JFK files, let me know in the chat while I'm here. Is there any juicy drama being disclosed in the files that I should know about? Let me know if anybody's dug into those or not. Kind of a too long didn't read for me. You know? Aw, thanks, Leon. Rinks is in shorts. I don't think you're alone. Bella Lot Muhammad. Bella Lot. I feel like that's not the right way to say that name, but Bella Lot Muhammad was also saying I was going to get left behind if I didn't enter shorts, like right here. And here we are putting in another new high. Which is fine with me. This kind of would set it up potentially if we got a bearish change in the state of delivery. I'm just waiting for price to show me a willingness to do this. In my opinion, I already missed the long. Right? ES took out the high of the week. So to me, the long objective is met. We started getting this displacement down. Now I'm open to playing the reversal if it's actually going to play out today before the market closes. And if it isn't going to play out, then I just want to avoid taking a trade that results in a loss and then come back tomorrow. I'll have to refrain myself from pushing any buttons. I'll have to go a whole day. Without pressing a single button. Don't you guys feel bad for me? How am I supposed to get my fix? I didn't press a button all day. How am I gonna live with myself, actually? Man. I'm actually like getting a little itchy now. Haven't entered the market all damn day. God. Oh man. Make my skin crawl. Ugh. Get me in there. So sad you missed the long. Yeah, you're not alone, Ivan. I'm with you, though. We missed it together. Missed it together. That's all right. Then, you know, this ain't Pokemon, guys. We can't catch them all. You know? And I'm looking at this and I'm just like, man, where is... Yeah, so personally, I'm not really interested either in, like... I don't think there's a reason for price necessarily to keep driving higher today anymore. I think we've taken out the objective for buy side already. For at least the rest of the open New York session here. Market on close in 7 minutes, boys and girls. I wish you luck, Muhammad. I really do. No matter how many times you told me you're out of your position, it's not going to make me want to get in anymore. I wish it did. I wish I gave into the peer pressure a little more easily. You know? Think of the fun we could have. Think of the fun we could have. If all I did was just give into the chat every time they said it's a good long or a good short, we could have some fun together, couldn't we? Oh, chat said get short? Say less. Oh, chat's long in here? Let me throw everything out the window now. I mean, the way that I look at it, like, I mean, maybe I'm the only one that views price this way. Like, I'm a really big believer that it's lower probability if I can make an argument for both directions. If we're at a moment in price where I could currently make an argument for higher and for lower, don't you guys think it's rational that you just don't take a trade? Let me explain. So, could I make an argument for lower? Yes. Why is that? Well, Tyler, I'm glad you asked. I can make an argument for lower because ES has taken out this high, therefore creating an SMT, a bearish SMT with NASDAQ. Two bearish pieces of evidence, if you will. Okay. You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention. Go on. Tell me more. Okay. Glad you asked. Well, you see here, folks. Now we see price on the higher time frame, higher being the 15-minute in this instance. Price has reacted from these levels. And we have traded down where? Oh, I'm glad you asked. We have traded down into discount of this leg up and traded into this lower 15-minute bullish fair value gap. Isn't it reasonable to think that it would be possible for price to respect this and potentially make a move higher? But wait, Tyler, I thought you said you had an argument for why price could maybe go lower. You're right. I have an argument for both right now at this exact moment in time. Therefore, I have deemed it reasonable to have not taken a trade. Now, could it have been more fun to make an educated guess and try to play the probabilities? Maybe. But you know what isn't fun? Losing. I don't find losing fun. So if that means I have to miss a potential move that I could have caught. Sometimes that's a trade I'm willing to make. A trade-off, rather. I don't know who her Frederick Albert will XAI1Z token presale end soon. They write that the Bitcoin will fall. XAIZ will rise. I don't know who the hell you are, but you sound like a scammer, so you are getting banned. What the hell? I'm going to go ahead and ban her Friedrich Albert Joachim. Report first. Actually, yeah, let me report him. Unwanted commercial content or spam. Promotes terrorism. Either or. Hide user on my channel. Goodbye. God, I hate those bots, dude. They piss me off. Every comment on any YouTube video, as soon as I get it uploaded, I'll get a comment saying something like, "Can you help me with my USDT wallet on Binance?" Like, bro, I just want to send a nuke. Make it stop. Make it bloody stop. And yeah, and then in the free Discord, you got these random Tyler trades popping in there. And they're messaging people and I assume trying to extract money from them. Just a heads up, guys. I hope you have some common sense. I will never offer to trade your money for you. I'll never message you first and ask you to send me money. Like, I would hope that goes without saying. If you guys are in the Discord and have had that happen where a scammer hits you guys up, but yeah, just know I'll never do that. I'll never message you first. I'll never ask for anything of the sort. Just in case anybody needed the reminder. Wriggles is short with a dead skull emoji. Good luck. We got market on close here. Literally in like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Let's see how this reacts here. I'm still open. You know, I could be convinced. I want the market to convince me though that we have a good shot of seeing data low delivery. If not, I'm content with just not pressing the button either at this point. See what we do here, guys. Gonna get some volume here. No, Ivan, I'll be done after PM session here until tomorrow morning. No, I don't trade outside of New York session. I used to when I was a swing trader and I traded Forex. Not anymore. We getting volume anything specific? This is market on close, so usually at the 350 mark every single day you'll see a big influx of volume. I would imagine it has to do with orders expiring, orders being executed at the end of the day. But yeah, every single day, if you've never noticed that before, 3:50 New York time, 3:50 p.m., there's always generally a influx of volume. You'll see sometimes you'll see some pretty crazy movements at 3:50. And market will move a lot right at the very end of the day. Sometimes not as much, but If you're ever on charts at 350 going forward, pay attention, because you'll see it every single day to some extent. Probably has to do with the fact that I still don't have a job, probably. That could be it too, yeah. Never thought of that. Yeah, so what do we got? Less than 20 minutes. Less than 20 minutes until Topstep will flatten positions anyway. But yeah, I would love to maybe pot. I mean, you have to see this 5-minute get closed below. The question is will we get enough time in this position to even see? Because you got to think, by the time this candle closes, we're only at 15 minutes left, so I don't know. Do we got that's a big candle to get for all the way to the data low. It might not even, I don't know if it'd be worth it even. Could just be accumulating the rest of the day. I'm gonna watch how this 5-minute candle closes. I'm gonna keep watching it a little bit longer, probably through the end of the day if we do get that close below. But if we don't close below that 954 level on this 5-minute candle, I'll probably just call it a day. What made me move away from swing trading, Cupboard Dweller? I like that name, by the way, Cupboard Dweller. What made me move away from swing trading was it was just a little too slow for me, and I hated being like in a trade for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time just to get stopped at break even. You know, I had that happen plenty of times. And it just felt like it took forever to make any progress. So it was just a little too slow for me. Scalping was a little too fast for me, so I've landed in the middle. More of an interim day trader. Hold trades anywhere from, you know, sometimes you get fast trades that end up being scalps just because of how fast price moved, but for the most part, I would say holding trades anywhere between 10 minutes and an hour. Just kind of depends on volatility that day. Yeah, guys, we did not get that 5-minute close there. Let's see if this sells off here fast. I don't know. The way that I look at it right now, though, is we have literally 15 minutes until Topstep flattens all positions automatically anyway. So entering this trade, you could enter it if it gives it. You could enter it and just see what you get out of it, if anything, in the next 10 minutes remaining. But just because it is so late in the session, I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, I don't really see or feel like entering anymore, if that makes sense. Let's watch this though. Just let's see what happens. We got 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. This would be, if we close below here and get the inversion, this would be, shoosh. Yeah, we would basically need a whole nother 15-minute candle like this to see data low. But yeah, either of the moves today. Some of you guys caught the short here. A lot of you guys caught the long here. So hats off to you guys. Shit. What's up, Callie? Good to see you. It's going good. I haven't taken any trades this afternoon or at all today, so I didn't get to scratch the itch. Currently watching this 15-minute close here. We'll have not even a full 15-minute candle left of market to trade once we get the close here at the top of the hour. But yeah, it's kind of where I'm at, 2 rinks. I just feel like data low will not be hit before 410. Just going to watch this 15-minute candle close here, guys. And then we'll probably be hitting the old dusty trail. Like the stream before you hit the road, guys. I really do appreciate you guys showing up. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. Regardless, and if you guys are green today, congratulations. If you were flat and missed out on moves, it's all good. I was no different. So tomorrow morning we'll be live at about 10 minutes before market open, as always. So if you guys are new to the stream and want to come hang out tomorrow morning, feel free. I don't know how there was an entry using ICT concepts for either move up or down. Yeah, well, technically there's always an entry You know, whenever there's a move, it's always easy to look back, and I feel like this is a habit that a lot of traders get into, is they see a big move and then they instantly go back to the beginning of the move and they go, well, how could I have caught this move? And that's productive to a point. But once you've been trading for a while and you know what you like to see to justify your entries, you know if you actually were offered a setup or not. You know? And there's going to be plenty, and if that's how you trade, there's going to be plenty of days where market makes a big move and they just never gave you personally an opportunity to catch it based on your entry style. And you got to be okay with that. Like, you know, you can't be sitting here like reading through not just my YouTube live chat, maybe other YouTubers live chats. You can't be going on social media and you see all these other people catching these moves, and all of a sudden you sit here and you're trying to convince yourself now that you're somehow a worse trader because they caught the move and you didn't. And then all of a sudden everything gets thrown out of whack. Like, the biggest thing I would say, don't let anybody influence like your own personal decision making. You're the one that has to live with the decisions on your account, not the people in a chat, not the people in a Discord group somewhere, not the people in a Twitter feed. You are the only person that has to live with your decisions of when you put on risk. So if any move doesn't make sense to you and there was no way for you to catch it, then there was no way for you to catch it. Fucking move on. There'll be literally thousands of days in the future where you'll have a perfect setup, it'll give you a perfect entry, you'll catch it, and it'll be amazing, and you'll get your time, but you can't force it on days when it just wasn't clear for you. But all right, guys, we'll probably call it there. No trades for me today, and I'll be back live tomorrow morning, guys. But appreciate you showing up. Like the stream before you hit the road, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Hey, peace and love, everybody. Take care. I'll see you soon.
Sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ chart's on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracement to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money, he's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler trades a day trader you can trust. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire. with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.